Couple of lovebirds. Pedro and Lily. Reba. Dolly. Oh, Reba. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Take it easy. There we go. It's okay. It's okay. That's a girl. That's a girl. Yep, just looking a little more girthy. I think we just helped them round out a little bit. I think maybe we were just bloated when we got here. I'm not sure anybody's bred. What we're gonna do is give it another month. And do I wait a month? I don't know. See, I was saying, when do we get a ram? If we get one now and they're bred 5 months, that'll give us spring sheeplets. A first-time viewer is going to be like, did he just say sheeplets? Yeah, if we get them now, that'll be March babies. If we wait a month, that'll be April babies. And it's warm enough here in March for babies. They've got a barn full of hay, straw. I'm not too worried about it, but I'll put it this way. They've been here for like 90 days. If they were bred, I just think that they're way behind in the cycle of appearing to be bred. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're bred. I think they just had a lot of gas when they first got here, and maybe the rumen was bothering them. Somebody mentioned that last night. I don't think there's babies in there, folks, which is totally okay. It just means we need a ram. Chickens, donkeys. Little Pedro. Little Pedro. Come on, birds. Thank you, Sheriff. Come on, birds. Just look at them. So pretty. Frizzle. Uh-oh. Little lovers spat going on there. Sheriff. Beautiful morning. A little warmer than they thought it was going to be, but that's all right. We need everything to dry out. Like, we can stain this fence because it's over a year old, and we can stain it, but can't stain it till it dries. So we need a couple more days of some sunshine. I don't think we're showing anything on the radar other than 80-degree temps until next Saturday. There's a 30% chance of rain. So a week from tomorrow, it might rain again. So we might be able to paint that this time next week, like this coming Friday. Not today. Today's Friday, the next Friday, if that makes sense. I wish I could remember the person who said they were tired of seeing the fence. Put like a placard on it or something with their name on it. Anyway, yeah, so I showed you the dumpster because I vlog life, and I'm just being totally transparent. Last week, the trash company, well, the week before, they just didn't even show up. Or they showed up at some weird time. And it doesn't matter when they show up, I don't care. Just say Friday, and I'll get my trash out there Thursday. But when you've shown up at 1:30 in the afternoon for 18 months, and then you randomly drive by at 8:37 in the morning, yeah, I miss Trash Jay, because apparently we just make it up as we go. But anyway, the other side of that is actually, now I don't have to shout at you. The other side of that is actually frustrating. Last week they left the dumpster in the middle of the driveway. The middle of the driveway. So I know I'm complaining about something that's first world, I get it. But like Miss Rae couldn't get in when she got home. The FedEx driver couldn't get in, and they actually voiced it. Like FedEx said, hey, you gotta move your dumpster. And I was like, I didn't do it. We're gonna see if today they're strong enough to move the dumpster out of the way when they're done moving it with the truck that does it automatically, or if they leave it in the middle of the road again. It's tough, you know, it really is. It is tough doing your job these days. It really is. If you don't like your job, or if you can't do your job that you signed up for, get a new job. It's okay. We would all appreciate it. You know, it's funny. I'm not one that ever did anything I didn't want to do, but that makes the road a little bit harder for you when you're one of those people. And I had to work harder because I'm one of those people. I'm not going to do it if I don't want to do it, which means you kind of have to blaze your own trail. But if you just expect something, to be handed to you, that's not a trailblazer, because you don't want to do something that isn't given to you. That's laziness. Okay. All right. Little wood chipper. It's actually not little, it's a beast. Yep. Hang on. Skeeter or something. All right, well, I want to drive down here to the deer feeder and see if some of our no-till food plot 5-card draw seeds, what do you call it? I mean, it's seeds, it's a mixture of seeds, but you just throw it on the ground and it grows. I want to see if it's growing or what that looks like. But I'm not going to drive in too far because I don't want to smash it. I just want to come in a little bit. It's so pretty back here. All right, I'm going to stop right here because I did throw some right there. I'm kind of curious, since we didn't drive in, if the cows will still find us. So this is going to be kind of our micro plot. And yesterday there was a bunch of stinking rickies down here. Oh yeah, that stuff's coming up like crazy. Look at that. So this is all deer food growing right here. That is crazy. Can I throw this in the front yard? Golly, look at it. That's nuts. That's super cool. So now I get it. That's why you gotta really spread it. You know what I mean? Looks like I could use a little bit more right here. But this is my first time using this stuff. It's called 5-card draw. But yeah, it's all the way back there. That's pretty cool. Seriously, can I throw this in the front yard? Is that a thing? Do people do that? I might even, look, it's over here too. I might even throw it along the 4-board fence. Look, I just threw it. I mean, look, this is where the feeder's at. We're like 15 feet away. I just threw it right here. I just went like this. And it could be a little thicker in some spots. But when you're talking about bringing in deer, I just need him to come in for a second. 400 feet per second to be exact. Hey, and some of you guys do you have the pop-up blinds that are see-through? Does anybody use one of those? I've seen a bunch of them. So some of them have a floor and some of them don't. Do I want one with a floor, or is that noisy? You know, I'm talking about the 270-degree pop-up blinds. I'd like to sit one right here. And at first I was like, why wouldn't I want a floor in it? But then I read a review where somebody said the floor was noisy. But like, if I don't have a floor in it, I gotta like move some debris around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah, this is pretty stinking cool, man. Look, it's just, I mean, it just germinated right on top of the ground. Look at that. Look. Why is that kind of cool? It is, it's fascinating to me. I mean, this was what was it, 7-8 days ago? It was like nothing. Are you kidding me? I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised. Side by side, you guys can't even hear it. It's way over there. Good grief. MJ leading the pack, eating as he walks. They're gonna be real frustrated when I just drive off here in a second. I personally think MJ's leading the pack. We're gonna get out of here before they all get down here. Whew. So a while back, our friends at Reolink, they've been longtime supporters of ours, and they sent us some of their new, like, always on recording cameras. And you guys have seen footage from those cameras. You just didn't know it because I haven't shown it. Like, I didn't point out, hey, this is the new camera from Reolink. I've got a solar panel here that I need to hook up because with the always on cameras, these actually are always recording. It's one of the first times they've ever had an option for that. Sheep, sheep, sheep. That was noisy. What are we doing? Doing all right? I don't know, man. Listen, they're either well fed or they're really big. This isn't food. This isn't food. No. Yeah, this is the lovely camera from Reolink. But I've actually intentionally not hooked up the solar panel to it because I wanted to see how long it would last. And it's been almost 60 days on that battery. Hey, no, 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 no. So I think what I'm going to do is mount this on the side over here. Now it doesn't get much sun. Do I mount it here or do I mount it? No, I think, can I reach that even? I was going to say we could put it right there and it would get sun like all day long. That might be the better thing to do. We got to get something to stand on. Hey, can I stand on top of you? Can I stand? It's like, no way, man. Listen, if I fall, you guys got to call 911, okay? I'm the only one here. All right, let's get this mounted. Hang on. It's actually kind of nerve-wracking having these pigs below you because you never know what they're gonna do. Right, sheep? All right, so I actually ran it to the point where it's dead. So we should get a green light and a tone. Okay, there's the green light. Now we wait on the noise, confirming. Hey, that's not the noise we're looking for. It's like I've taken over their fort. They've never used this thing, but now they're like, wishing they had or something. Tell them. Watch out. There we go. And now we just need to confirm that she's on. Well, the battery's basically too dead to log in, but that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Are you guys impressed? Are you all impressed? Zero fear. All right, we'll check back in on them here in a second. Why'd we come out here?
I don't know, I can't see.
Woo, doggone it. There we go.
Why is the sunshine so bright after being inside for like an
I'm
hour?
good. You think we'd been inside all winter or something?
I've literally been in town today. Why is it so bright right now?
Well, here's the deal. I showed him the clip of the, you gonna be all right there?
Yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm not crying.
You're crying because of the trash service, aren't you?
Sorry. Well, the trash service made me mad. I'm not crying, I'm fuming.
So here's the short version, okay? I'm gonna tell you a little story with Ray's help with Proverbs 22:6 on my shirt. Now, I was already wearing this. I wear it a lot. I wear it often. It's linked down below if you want one. Basically, train up a child in the way they should be, and when they're older, they will not depart from it. So train them up in the right way, okay? There's many different variations of the verse. I'm paraphrasing because that's not the point right now. We don't want to bash anybody. It is okay to defend yourself. For 18 months, this trash service picked up our dumpster and had zero issues.
For a year and a half.
For a year and a half. And now, without warning, they're not going to do the pushing the dumpster. Like I put the dumpster right here on the grass, and now I'm talking about down there by the driveway.
It looks just the same though.
And they roll it out right here, and they dump the trash, and then they set the dumpster down, and then they just push it out of the way. That's all they got to do.
It weighs like what? I mean, I can push it.
It's nothing. Adler could push it.
Adler's pushed it. Carter's
when it's
pushed
empty.
it.
Yeah. But they're not going to do it anymore without warning.
But hang on. They did it though for a year and a half.
Yeah. And then without warning, 2 Fridays in a row. Sorry, we're going to leave it right in the middle of the road. So last Friday, I just sent him a text. I didn't call him. I didn't gripe. I didn't say whatever. I just said, hey, I can't get in or out of my driveway because they left the dumpster right in the middle of the road. And there was no reply. That was a text message to their manager. And then today, I watched them as I was in parent pickup line do it again. And I just called and said, hey, what's going on? And it was, well, first, I don't know, Ray may have to tell the story because I'm going to get whatever again.
I wasn't even with Chad, and I called the manager to talk to him because he lied to me. He lied to everybody. Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't understand. Like, I before all this went down. Anyway, my dad just called and gave us some good news.
So now we forgot what we were talking about.
We forgot what we were talking about, but ultimately that's probably better because I was getting ready to go on a serious rant. But long story short, the trash company we were using just canceled on us because it's too hard to shove the dumpster out of the way when they're done. Plain and simple. After 18 months of never complaining, never saying a word, never saying, hey, Chad and Ray, would you pour us a little pad?
Yeah, hey, can you do this? Or like,
would you try this?
No communication, nothing.
Mind you, when we moved in, they were driving all the way to the top, but they told us that sometimes their truck wouldn't make it. So I said, well, I'll set you up down here at the bottom. I'll level that out. We'll make it flatter. I'll keep it mowed. They don't have to worry about chiggers and snakes. So we did that for 18 months. Never had an issue.
They didn't care. Here's why I'm mad. Because
speak up.
He wanted so badly for there to be a reason to cancel us for, I don't know why. Maybe because I honestly think Chad might have just called him one too many times about, hey, my dumpster's in the driveway.
Or you didn't pick it up.
Yes, we've called a few times because they flat out actually forgot to come
out
here and get our trash.
Their driver got chased by a dog, attacked by a dog, which if that's true, I understand. But they didn't pick it up for a week. The next time it was, in his words, I can't find drivers worth a POOP. His words to me.
Yeah, he said that.
That's why he didn't pick our trash up one time. But this time.
So there was excuses for not coming sometimes. There was, and I think Chad just called too many times and he was just like, you know what, this guy is ridiculous and I am done. But he decided to tell Chad that his wife or his boy made a comment to the drivers about, oh, look, he can push the dumpster back when it did get pushed off to the side.
He said we confronted his drivers.
First of all, I don't even have
we saw them one time.
Never.
One time when the Baumolite was dropped off.
Mm-hmm.
The Baumolite delivery driver was in the way. the driver of the trash service actually stopped and said, it's okay, I'll go around and come back on the way. And he did. By the time he got back, bomb light was gone. That's the only interaction in 18 months we've ever seen our trash guy.
We don't hang out down here. You
We
know
can't.
how long
They
our
show-
driveway is. We don't hang out
Well,
down
they
here.
show up at 8:37 to 4:30.
I
So
said-
to sit down here and wait on them.
I said nothing. I know for a fact Case said nothing because he barely leaves the house. First of all, he ain't going to hang out down here at the driveway.
They could have only, I mean, I guess Case, you know, he's homeschooled. He could be here. But you guys see Case hollering at a trash?
He was not down at the driveway, though, when the trash men were here at all, ever. Not once. Not a single time.
Yesterday, Case had a $250 computer part delivered. That's the first time we've actually seen him come down here with a parcel box without asking.
Without asking.
Okay. So here's what it looks like now. Okay. It's just because we vlog daily, this is what we got to do. You guys know the drill. We didn't set out to make this video today. I don't know what the thumbnail looks like. I'm not going to share their faces, talk about the business. Nobody needs to say nothing to them. If they're watching this and that's why they don't like us, because I brought it up 2 or 3 videos in a row, do better. I don't know.
I hope they're watching.
Fix your business model.
But when Chad called and told me that, I was sitting in the Sam's Club parking lot. I called the company and I asked to speak to the man that Chad talked to. And he was like, yeah, this is him. And I said, so I just need to know what's going on. Like, did my family say something? Do I need to go discipline my son? Like, what's happening? And he's like, no. You don't need to discipline anybody. Here's the problem. You don't have enough room for us to back up to the actual dumpster. And
40 acres. I'll find room, brother.
You don't have enough room for us to back up to it and dump it. And you have called a lot and complained that it's been left in the driveway. So I'm just cutting your service. He's like, I'm just done with it. And I was like, okay, so there was nothing said. And he goes, well, there was a comment said about, you know, they should have shoved it out of the way or something by someone. And I said, by who? I was like, I didn't do it.
He's watching.
And I said, my boys are in school. I know they didn't do it. And he goes, well, I believe you. Okay.
But the service is still done. They showed up and picked it up. But anyway, here's the great
He
news.
claims there's only one driver, so that one driver can't get out, move the dumpster, dump it, then move it back, whatever. Well, there was 2 that showed up today, first of all. And we have it on camera. We have a camera down there. It's so mad when he tells my husband that his wife and his son said something to his driver. There's no way. There's not a chance any of us would have said anything to anybody. And why?
Listen, I know that there's people in waste management that watch this channel. I know there is. So we mean nothing towards waste management services, providers. Look, I don't want to do it. That's why I don't work in that field. It has nothing. It's just the service of this particular company or whatever. It has nothing to do with what anybody does for a living. It just blows my mind how it's like, well, we can't figure it out. I mean, we had this, when we moved in, they told us they couldn't come up here because it was too crowded. Well, we knocked down every tree in the front yard. You could just come out and see if you can turn around up here a little bit easier. We were told when we put the gate up, we might have issues with trash service.
Hang on. He just has an issue. And again, I think it's because Chad complained a couple times, which, I mean, when you're paying for a service and you have, if there's
$120 a month.
If there's something you need to say, then yeah, if you're paying for it, then say it if something's bothering you. But
so his drivers were complaining that they didn't want to push the dumpster out of the way. So we complained that, hey, your drivers aren't pushing the dumpsters out of the way. And he didn't say, hey, here's why they're doing this. Let's see if we can work something out. It was, we're done.
That's what I was going to say. Chad's like, well, what if I have poly bins and not a dumpster? Will the bin be easier for you guys to pick up? And he cut Chad off and said, no, Chad, I'm done. I'm done with the whole situation. I'm cutting your service off. And then he hung up on him.
I told him I was going to file a complaint. And he said, to who? I said, I don't know. I got to tell someone. So anyway, here's the good news. Gator in Jasper and Newton County in Missouri and southeast Kansas, they're going to do our trash service from now on. We just got Grandpa to switch over to. So we're switching from this other company. Everybody's switching. Kyle and Shannon are switching. I'm going to take out flyers this weekend and drive them around town, get everybody to switch.
This company actually is so amazing. They're not even in our area. Don't come out here quite this far. They do a little bit, but not quite this far. So they said, you know what? If you get 4 people to sign up for us, then
they said if you get 4 people to sign up anywhere, not just our area, anywhere. So if you live in the 4-state area, I'm going to put their information right here. Ask for Misty. Tell them Chad and Rae Doss sent you.
Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Missouri.
Or state.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not Arkansas. It's not Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, I can't. If you live out there, then they're probably not.
They're a little bit too far.
But if she said if we get 4 people to sign up, then we will absolutely come all the way out there to you guys. And we were like,
so we got Grandpa. We need more. So if you live in this area, and by the way, Grandpa, listen. Grandpa's kind of a tightwad. Okay. Grandpa's switching because he's also saving $6 a month.
yeah, it's cheaper.
That's where I get how frugal. Okay. $6 a month. It's going from 41 to 35. That's why Grandpa's switching. Our dumpster is going to be $75 a month.
It was 120 with the
It
other
was 120
service.
with the other company.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, well, I don't really know where to go from here. I've not made a video like this in a long time, probably since the RV. That was the last time I reported on service like this.
I was pretty mad when he called me. I was like, what?
I actually told Rae not to call, knowing she was going to call.
Because I wanted
What's
to know
his
what was
name?
said. I did.
What's his name?
Well, but that's the thing. I wanted to ask him, do I need to say something?
straight up
because I
lied.
wanted him to
Straight up
admit
lied.
that nobody said anything because nobody did.
So anyway, listen, we're standing here in the middle of our 40 acres complaining about our trash service.
Well, now we don't have any.
No, we do. Gator's going to hook us up. We're very blessed. We're very grateful. We're very thankful that you guys hang out with us and just watch this daily life.